souls on fire, a cacophony of worship, our spirit aspire and inspire. The sound of praise, a joyful noise, resounding through eternity. No earthly joy compared to the melody that we sing, a harmony of love, our hearts keep ringing. Hallelujah, whisper this morning for mortals to immortals, tears of thanksgiving shining like the morning light. Every voice, a unique refrain, together waving a tapestry of praise and hymn. The sound of praise, a trumpet call, summoning heart to stand tall in awe of His greatness. We lift our gaze and the echoes of our praise shakes the heavens gate. From psalms to hymns to spiritual songs, our praise ascends like a pregnant storm. A sweet aroma pleasing to His ear, our love and adoration, despairing of years. In the sound of praise we find our strength, a pasture of hope, where love and joy dance. Our voice raised like the elemental choir, singing to the one who yearns and desires. In the sound of praise, a river wide.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Always ready to dive in.
Awesome. So today we're exploring something pretty unique. Gospel spoken word.
Oh, that's a great choice. I love the energy of spoken word.
Yeah, it's like poetry on steroids, right? All that rhythm and passion, but often with like a really powerful message behind it.
Definitely. And the way it blends storytelling and performance is just so captivating.
Absolutely. And in the world of gospel spoken word, that message often centers around faith and spirituality.
Exactly. It's using that raw, powerful form to express praise, explore struggles, all from a spiritual perspective.
I'm excited to dig into that. And for this deep dive, we're focusing on a piece called, get this, a spoken word piece.
Straightforward title. I like it.
Right. No need to overthink it, I guess. It's by a gospel spoken word artist named Delight Dennis.
I've heard of her, yeah. She's got a real gift for weaving imagery and metaphor into her work.
Oh yeah, for sure. And this piece was originally created for a program called The Sounds of Praise.
The Sounds of Praise. I love that. Already sets the tone, doesn't it?
Totally. It makes me think about, like, what does praise actually sound like? And that's something we'll come back to. But first, let's jump into Delight Dennis's piece. You know, one thing that struck me right away was her use of imagery, especially when she describes worship.
Oh, absolutely. She creates these really vivid pictures with her words.
Yeah, like in the opening lines, she talks about incense waves of adoration, fragrance of surrender. It's not just describing sound, it's invoking all the senses.
I think that's so smart. She's pulling us into the experience. It's like we're not just listening to praise, we're enveloped by it.
Exactly. So like suddenly you can almost smell the incense, feel that sense of surrender she's talking about.
Yeah. And that sensory richness continues throughout the piece. Like later on, she uses this beautiful tapestry metaphor.
Oh yeah, the line about every voice, a unique refrain, together weaving a tapestry of praise and gain. I love that one.
It's powerful, right? Each individual act of praise becomes a thread in this larger collective expression of faith.
Yeah. Like we all have our own unique ways of praising, but when we come together, it creates something even more beautiful and intricate.
Absolutely. And notice how she weaves in musical references too. Like she talks about the trumpet's call and hymns of the soul. It reinforces that idea of a symphony of individual voices harmonizing together.
It's like she's taking those traditional elements of gospel music and translating them into this new dynamic form of expression, which I think is really interesting because a lot of spoken word, from what I've seen, tends to focus on more, personal struggles, social issues, But Delight Dennis really leans into praise and celebration. What do you make of that choice?
That is interesting. I think it speaks to the power of this art form, Spoken word can be used to confront difficult truths, but it can also be used to uplift and inspire.
Totally.
And I think that's what Delight Dennis is doing here. She's choosing to focus on the positive, the things that bring her joy and gratitude, and through her words, she invites us to share in that experience.
And it's not just the words themselves. Right? It's also the way she delivers them. That's a huge part of what makes spoken word so impactful.
Oh, without a doubt. The performance is everything.
It's like, yeah, she's crafted these powerful words, but then she brings them to life through her voice, her rhythm, her emotion, the way she emphasizes certain words, the pauses, the changes in tone, all of that adds layers of meaning that you just wouldn't get from reading the words on a page.
Exactly. It's like she's creating a soundscape with her voice, and that soundscape helps us connect with the piece on a much deeper level. Makes you think,
It really does. And that brings us back to something we touched on earlier. The title of the program where this piece originated, The Sounds of Praise.
Right, right.
So I want to throw this out to everyone listening. What do the sounds of praise mean to you?
Yeah, what does that look like? What does it sound like? What does it feel like?
Because for some people, it might be the uplifting music of a gospel choir. For others, it might be the quiet whisper of a prayer.
Exactly. Or maybe it's the rustling leaves in a forest, the crashing waves of the ocean. Delight, Dennis's piece encourages us to find our own sounds of praise, whatever form they may take.
I love that. And maybe, just maybe, exploring different forms of creative expression like spoken word could be a new way for some of you to connect with those feelings of gratitude and awe.
Food for thought, right?
Totally. So keep those sounds of praise ringing in your ears, and we'll catch you on our next deep dive.
See you then!